Today is Sunday, November 27th, 2022, and we're back for another weekly forecast for the NASDAQ. As you can see right now, I've completely cleaned my chart, and I'm going to start fresh with a top-down analysis as it's been a few days since I've traded because of the Thanksgiving holiday, and just want to have a fresh look, get everything off the chart, and just have a nice, fresh perspective on the new week. So before we get into that, I just want to take a quick peek at the economic calendar. Monday and Tuesday are relatively light days, and then we get into Wednesday, which is not only the last day of November, but we also have some GDP and job openings, as well as Fed Chairman Powell speaking. So I do expect Wednesday to have a lot of volatility. I'm going to be a little bit more cautious on that day because there could be a lot of unexpected moves. And just want to be aware of that. So right off the bat, looking at the monthly chart, we know that this monthly candle, which is November's candle, is going to be closing in just under 3 days now. So we want to just think about how this candle is likely to close. I don't anticipate a huge move from where it is right now. We've come up and tapped into this gap, as you can see, from the low of August to the high of October. And it came all the way up almost to the top, and now it's sold off, and it appears to be the body's respecting the gap, as it often does. And we won't know if it will close this way, but as of right now, it looks like we are respecting the imbalance, and no reason to think that it won't respect it all the way into the close, but we'll have to just wait and see on that. But if we think about what next month might do, if we close right around here, the next month could completely sell off, and then we would have a new swing high potentially this month, which is logical. We'd like to see swings form off of reference points like imbalances like this. And but what we could also see is a move above the high in the beginning of December to fill in the remaining portion of this imbalance before having a sharp sell-off. So that is something I'll be looking for closely. That's why I really want to see how the next few days play out relative to this monthly chart, because I do think it will give us a lot of important information for how to trade the rest of the year. Another interesting thing about this monthly level and this imbalance is if we go to the yearly chart, which we'll take more stock of in December because we'll be within a month of this candle actually closing. So this is a live candle right now, and I'm very curious to see if the bulls can hold this low. Usually these lows get revisited before the close. So I do think in December it's likely that we get a rally or something where we try to hold this low, and then it might either hold it or it might fail it. But as of now, we're below it, and so I'm thinking that we do get some sort of price leg up towards that low. So it's another level I'll be watching mostly in December, but it's worth pointing out at this point right now since it's relatively close above the high of November as of right now. So jumping down to the weekly chart, we can see I'm going to get rid of the imbalance. I'm actually going to get rid of everything again. So jumping back down to the weekly, we are in a downtrend, and we did look at this candle's range from now 2 weeks ago, and we rejected off the low and thought that maybe we could see a move towards the high, which I still think is a possibility. But look at how we closed this last week within the range of this week in terms of the body. So if we just look at the body where the volume is, this is representing to me a very tight consolidation, and 2 weeks in a row, very tight consolidation. To me, that suggests that this is the type of condition of the market we're in, one where we're not really getting a lot of movement, and I want to be therefore more conservative with my targets. I want to not try to run trades very far, or if I do, it's just going to be a smaller portion. I like to assume that we're going to continue doing what we've been doing. And so since we've been ranging and consolidating, I'm not going to just guess that this is the week where it's going to break out and run higher or lower. I'll wait for that to happen and then try to take a chance that we are going to be trending at that point in time. But as of now, we're in this consolidation. We do know that consolidation eventually leads to expansion in one direction or another, but we don't know if that's going to be this week or next week or 2 weeks from now. So until then, we will just be mindful of the environment we're in and try to trade within those boundaries for the time being. Jumping down to the daily chart, the reason why I am thinking that we are more likely to be bullish still is because of the monthly imbalance above price, which I've already pointed out. And then also we have this level here. So if we look at on the daily, let's make this blue. We do have this leg down from here, from this high to this low. Price made a lower low relative to this here, and there's probably other liquidity points down here. Oops. So we went from this high to this low. Price rallied, reacted off of it the first time, came back down, reacted off of this newly formed level down here, held it as support, and then came up, and now we are holding this level as we've regained it on the daily chart, and we've been holding above it for a few weeks now. We did have one slight dip below it, but it was immediately rejected back above. And so I see this as an important support level, and I don't want to see this get lost again next week. If it does, then I think it's more likely we revisit the levels down here. We have this imbalance down here, and we have these equal highs right here. But I do like that we have the monthly imbalance above, and we have this daily imbalance right here as well as that yearly candles low from last year's low, which is just above this price. So all in all, I'm more inclined to play the long side. I still think I want to keep a more conservative target to any position, to any trade I'm in. And but let's just see on the 4 hour, the only thing that jumps out to me to support the bullish idea is we have this kind of demand area right here below that key daily level. So price gapped up through it, had a very nice close, continued the rally, kind of a choppy rally, not overly impressive. And now we see price returning back down. And what I'd like to see is a higher low form in and around this demand area, this order block. So if we get what looks to be lower time frame confirmation of bullish price action in and around this level on Monday or on Tuesday, that to me will be enough to want to take some long positions to target the upside objectives. We'll have some liquidity here, and obviously this weekly high. So that's what this to me is showing. Now, if we jump down though onto the 1 hour, I'm way less motivated by what I see here. This does not look very dynamic, very explosive to me. I do like that we've kind of run below these liquidity points right here after this rally up, and the market is gapped open now on Sunday, and I've taken these lows here. But that's why we just have to see what happens on Monday and Tuesday. If we kind of have a nice Asia range, and then London comes down, and then New York fails to go lower, and we see a clean setup with an imbalance created, around here that we can buy from on this key level, around this key daily level. And then we can target here, we can target here. This isn't very strong either. So I do think we could see some nice trades around here if we get this proper setup. Also, depending on time of day and what happens on Monday or Tuesday, if we come down here and kind of react in a not very dynamic way, push up, but fail to make a higher high relative to this high, and then come up and then show an impulse lower to the downside, a bearish imbalance, I would be looking to short, take sells down now to these equal lows and to the imbalance that we have on the left on the higher time frame. So that would be the bearish scenario for me. But until we get a failure or a breakdown near the high, or until this support level fails, I'm going to be expecting these supports to hold, and I'm going to be expecting price to want to venture closer towards this previous week's high and the monthly imbalance above. that's it for the forecast today. We'll check back in tomorrow to see what happens, and if we get more information, we will come up with an updated plan.